15 things you didn't know about New Balance. Is this N as recognizable as the shoes or the three stripes? No. Is this logo a proof of quality on a sneaker? Yes. New Balance Athletics, best known as New Balance, is an American multinational corporation based in Boston. The company was founded as the New Balance Arch Support Company and is one of the world's major sports footwear manufacturers. New Balance maintains a manufacturing presence in the United States as well as in the United Kingdom for the European market, where they produce some of their most popular models in contrast to its competitors, which often manufacture exclusively outside the US and Europe. As a result, New Balance shoes tend to be more expensive than those of many other manufacturers. To offset this pricing difference, New Balance claims to differentiate their products with technical features such as blended gel inserts, heel counters, and a greater selection of sizes, particularly for very narrow or very wide widths. This is Steph from 99 Sneakers, and today you are going to find out all the things you didn't really know about the Big N company. In fact, New Balance started by selling orthopedic products back in 1906. Sure, we all know New Balance as one of the greatest sneaker companies of all time, but the earliest rendition of the brand wasn't about sneakers at all. The name New Balance comes from the founder William Riley's observation of how chickens walked in his backyard. He figured that their way of walking would be a new way of balancing. He invented a supporting arc also based on 3 points, which he applied to footwear. He hoped that this new technology would alleviate the pain that workers suffered due to long hours of work on their feet. Funny way to discover a new name. New Balance's first products were sold by a traveling salesperson, not in a store. They made their name by meeting with customers face to face and in the comfort of the customer's own home. New Balance made sales too complicated. Companies offering of small to large sizes and various widths forced retailers to buy more products while customers were unsure of buying specialized sneakers. The iconic N that decorates the sides of each pair of New Balance sneakers wasn't always there. The idea for the distinguishing mark arose when designer Arthur Heckler decided that the bland model needed a new identity. He was told it would confuse people with Nike, and Heckler was happy about that comparison. The N logo wasn't featured until the 70s, when New Balance released the 320. The 320 was the start of New Balance as we know it. It wasn't just the first sneaker to bear the N logo, it was also the best running sneaker of its day. Styling aside, the 320 was a bold statement to the running world that New Balance was a very serious contender. It is because of Arthur Heckler that New Balance models have numbers and not names. Instead of naming the models, he chose to number them in order to focus on the brand and not on any particular model. Today, the brand carries on with that philosophy, and the numbers grow together with new technologies and designs. If you're only checking for New Balance because of its sneakers, then you are missing out on great running gear. The brand offered Gore-Tex running suits and nylon and mesh tank tops and shorts. Its windbreaker was and still is crazy dope. In fact, only 70% of its sneaker is. The mid-90s saw a legal battle between New Balance and the Federal Trade Commission, with claims that its products shouldn't claim the title Made in USA. The brand was allowed to keep its American-made claim as it used elements of sneakers that were made overseas but assembled within New England. For sneakers, if a pair is made from pigskin, there is a buttery softness to the sweat not usually found on cowhide leathers. It's little things like this that make a New Balance sneaker so comfortable and long-lasting. The 577 is kind of like the 574, but rarer and a lot more badass, since it was issued for the Israeli army in a black and silver colorway. These joints are ultra stealth, and if you can get your hands on a pair nowadays, consider yourself lucky. The MT580 might be the oddest out of popular New Balance designs. It's a take on the original 580, but made for Japanese consumers. The sneaker's massive amount of stability is there because of a chunky midsole. Americans were finally lucky enough to have the MT580 spread over to US releases, although tracking down the earlier Japanese editions is nearly impossible. Tired of being known as strictly a running brand that people's parents wore, New Balance wanted to switch things up. The idea was to allow athletes to endorse the brand, effectively ending endorsed by no one philosophy. New Balance sponsored athletes include Miguel Cabrera, Matt Bonner, Curtis Granderson, and even models like Heidi Klum. The former President of the United States joked in the 1500 model. New Balance shoes have been equally loved and worn from time to time by Steve Jobs, Pharrell, or even rapper and sneaker designer Kanye West. Boston-based New Balance, the only major company that still makes athletic shoes in the United States, has said the trade policy would hinder its business and help competitors who operate overseas. In a post written recently, neo-Nazi blogger Andrew Anglin declared New Balance the official shoes of white people. "I'm a Nike guy, or rather I was," Anglin wrote on his popular website The Daily Stormer, which promotes an anti-Semitic white supremacist agenda. It's time to get on board with New Balance now. Their brave act has just made them the official brand of the Trump revolution. After Anglin co-opted their brand and associated its shoes with the neo-Nazi agenda, New Balance was forced to release a statement on the Trump comment. New Balance does not tolerate bigotry or hate in any form, the statement said. Are you satisfied with the response? So, did you know all this stuff about New Balance? Are you rocking them or not? Leave us a comment below. Liking the video and subscribing to our channel would mean the world. Thanks for viewing.